Hi.
We do appreciate each other, Biggie. Don't worry. We can make fun of each other. It's just for good fun. Oh, sorry, I'm going to scoot back here a little bit. We are missing one person in our trifecta here. But she's in there. She's making her little breakfast. She's relaxing. I got some tired trick or treaters at my house. I don't know about how any kiddos are doing at your house. John appreciates we hold the press. This is like when TJ says, "Listen to John in a chat." I get really excited. So my tired trick or treater kids. We had a sleepover going on. We had a lot of things happening, so we weren't rushing it this morning. And Charlie slept in a little bit. Then she said, "I want breakfast. I don't know if I'm ready for a show. I'm not show ready." Kate would go on camera right away if it were up to her. So she was kind of like, I don't know that I need food. Can I have the whole show to myself? So it's hard. Bake the Snake in the chat. Bake is going to be joining Alec and I on Wednesday night on Alec's channel because we're discussing for book club a new image #1. It's called Undiscovered Country. So if you decide to grab a new image #1 and try it, Undiscovered Country is the book club book, and Bake the Snake is going to be there to chat it up. There's Charlie, or half of her. She's wearing a little tie-dyed shirt this morning, Cade, but this is from our school. It says Peace, Love, Books. And then there's a dog at our school named Opie. So there's Opie's name and paw print is at the bottom. So she's got her little tie-dyed shirt going. John, when will you be show ready? I got about 2/3 of a cup here, Bueller, and then I'll feel probably ready. Glitter and duct tape, good morning to you. Hello to the chat. Big Will was in there. And let's see. Chris Barrett says he's finishing watching Night of the Living Dead from Thursday night. That was pretty crazy. If you didn't catch that on the Unruly Simeon, hello. If you didn't catch that on the Comic Core on Thursday night, the night of Halloween, they ran an old black and white classic, Night of the Living Dead, and they gave it their own audio commentary. It was really entertaining.
Daddy, Drew Manchu.
Drew Manchu's in the chat. Yep. Did I miss him? There he is. Boom. Good morning, Drew. I was just looking back over pictures from Baltimore. I'm working on a little photo album for the trip, and there were some great Drew Manchu pictures in there. 87 years, and John hasn't been show ready since his first movie.
The Kate and Charlie Show.
It is the Kate and Charlie Show.
Why are you here?
Somebody has to make the little thumbnail pictures and click go. Type the description in the chat for everybody. Pop-Pop's there. And Tim and Sue are watching. Those are my godparents. Good to see you guys, or at least have you see us. Good morning. Discovery Bay. I was looking at pictures of him from Baltimore as well. So good to see you, JB. Alrighty. Who wants to go first this morning?
Charlie's not sharing anything.
Okay, so it's just the John and Kate talk show, and Charlie gets to eat on the side. There you go. So Charlie's just going to eat, if that's cool with everybody. It's the opposite of a show with Kavi. Charlie gets to eat. Oh, there we go, something like that. Coffee is essential, says Unruly Simeon. I'm drinking tea, but it's all good. Why are you here? Best line ever, says Bueller. All right, so Kate's first book is, well, this is part of that gift box we got recently. Dun, dun, dun.
I can't, yeah, there we go.
And it's called RWBY. Does that stand for something?
Yeah.
What does it stand
Stands
for?
for all their names.
Oh, is it? Is their initials?
Yeah, I'll show you in a second.
Ruby.
Yeah, it's Team RWBI. It's Yang for the Y.
Blake
for
Belladonna.
the B. And then Weiss.
Weisschnee.
Yeah. She's the W, and then this girl I think is.
So they're ladies from all around the world then. It sounds
Yeah.
like German, Japanese, British.
Yeah. Team Ruby.
It's pronounced Ruby,
Yeah.
RWBY, Team Ruby. Chris Barrett knew that. He was already set. No, is that Drew Manchu? Drew Manchu, baby. Ruby. All right. I did not know this. See, I'm learning stuff.
You learn something new every
It's for
day.
gentlemen, hence why I don't drink it.
T is for gentlemen. There you go. I don't think that that's probably accurate, but you stay true to you, Perry. Live your truth.
Perry is the truth.
Glitter and Duct Tape said they cosplayed Ruby Rose last year. That's a pretty cool costume. I'm assuming that's the girl at the top in the red. Ruby,
Yeah.
Rose.
Yeah, and her sister Yang lost her arm.
Oh no. Does she have a robot arm yet or anything cool?
Nope.
It's only the first issue.
So I guess her superpower isn't clapping. Burn!
We're not good at those.
Sam's Tangled Web, good morning. Dylan's Comic Book Rants, hello.
After that happened,
So have you told us anything you like about it?
I like that it's. I can't. I can never tell them apart. Sorry.
Their colors.
No. Anime and manga.
Oh, maybe someone in the chat can explain it to you. The difference between anime and manga, which as far as I understood it, anime was like movies and TV, and manga was a kind of book.
So this is probably manga.
But the style is, an anime manga style of art. Sure. Dealing with these 90s Lego sets my buddy gave me today. So time consuming trying to figure out what sets they go to. Oh, man. Bake, there are websites where they list the instructions and all the pieces for free for Lego sets, and you can download them. So just go. There's a whole bunch of people that catalog that stuff, so you can go ahead and check it out. Thank you, Drew Manchu. I was right.
It was. Oh, okay. So
There's some stuff on you here.
does that mean the show we watch that's anime?
What's
is
it called?
Naruto.
Naruto would be anime.
Yeah, Naruto.
Yep.
We
Also,
just started watching it. It's so good.
Men
Well-
don't use instructions, says Perry.
Yeah.
in that book, same way Kay was sharing, when she loses the arm in battle,
Uh-huh.
they all kind of break up and separate. So Blake runs back to her family. The ice one, her family drags her home. Then Yang cuts her arm off so she can't go in battle. And then Ruby,
She doesn't cut her arm off. She gets her arm cut off.
yeah, and then Ruby just finds a new team and now they fight people.
Perry says Naruto is fire.
Yeah,
There
it
it is.
He's also the nine-tailed fox.
Shush.
Samuel's Tangled Web is in the chat. And I think I saw Bear Island come through here. There he is. Bear Island. Good morning to you, brother. But yeah, there are some really cool websites for using Legos and coming up with the systems you need. And then at the back of all the instructions, they list all the pieces you need to make a Lego set. No, it's not as simple as that because I prefer probably anime to manga, but that's just me. So yeah, in the back. So what we've done is we bought a bunch of Legos that were unset up, but a lot of the sets had instructions. So I would put the instructions in a Ziploc bag with the list facing out so that I could just fill the bag with all the pieces, and then I would have a full set ready to go.
Another thing we do to keep our instructions like in place, we get sometimes we get these really big Lego sets with like big boxes.
Right.
So we store our instructions in the biggest boxes we have.
Yeah, so we've got 2 or 3 really big boxes
Right.
full of just the instruction pieces because we don't want to lose the instructions. Not that we necessarily use them. Kate got so good she could do some of them by heart. Remember the Riddler car? You were like, I could build this by heart.
I did. I memorized it.
Some people saying they started reading manga first. Sorry. And then they moved into anime. And I know my girls were big Hayao Miyazaki, Spirited Away. Not Spirited Away. You haven't seen that one yet. Ponyo, Totoro. They love the Hayao. Yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service. Right. All right. I'm going to go with my first book, Silver Surfer Black. This is issue number 5. Well, you're eating. I'm not going to let you with your sticky fingers and your raspberry
Silver
jelly.
Surfer Black. He can't be silver if he's black.
Great comment, Charlie. The story has to do with him and his magic or his powers, his cosmic powers being corrupted, and he is slowly changing color.
Oh.
So the Silver Surfer is changing to black because of evil. And this was the final issue. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed this saga. It might be one of the best things that Cates has done. I would put it right up there with God Country or Thanos Wins. Really cool stuff. So Silver Surfer and the art style, I used this picture for our logo today. I love building IKEA furniture. There you go. All right.
Wait, anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. Huh. I'll have to check him out. Sorry.
But I thought Silver Surfer Black ended really well. I thought it was a really good series. And I'm definitely going to get a trade or something at some point just so I can read it again when I want to. Really cool artwork.
Jeweler was upset about the cover.
Upset about that cover? Why? He's like sad. It's sad Silver Surfer. He's always very like moody. You know, the Silver Surfer is not known for his yucks. I dig this color. All the cool, like in the iridescent kind of stuff inside of his arm there, and the board, and then the tears, sad tears coming down his face. The art is trippy. Salvador Dali meets Kirby. Great description, Drew, as always. A lot of things upset Bueller. You know, he's a sensitive guy. He's definitely got some fire. But it was people shouting out good manga and good anime in the chat. That's kind of cool. So many cool shows, so many cool movies. Little by little, that stuff makes it over here to the States, I feel like. Old school anime is better because of the art, says Chris Barrett. I will say I have only a limited perspective on both anime and manga. So little by little, you know, the girls will get me into something. But Hayao Miyazaki was always a favorite for me. So we have a fair amount of that going on. Ninja Scroll is the bomb, says Bake the Snake. 80s anime all the way, says I'm going to have a hard time with that. Jirai Yasama. I think it's
Yo, mama.
your mama's sleeping.
Dad, we have to get you to watch Naruto with us. It's so good.
Yeah, it's the TV series, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'll give it a try.
And there's these things called
FMA Brotherhood is
Jutsu.
simply the best anime ever, says Drew Manchu. Cade is throwing shade on anime. Is he? Hey, you know, it's not for everybody. Rod is in the chat. Just a Rican in his comics. He's right in there. Thank you for coming, brother. Iconic comic expert. I think you're talking. I don't know who he's talking about. Oh, that's Mindshift. No way. Mindshift is in the chat. He is an awesome guy. I love his Instagram. So that he's the pink or the purple icon there. Thank you for coming by.
Burning Block.
Bernie Block, you know who that is, right? Cade. So again, Mindshift, really, really cool guy. Really, really great Instagram. I talk to him at least a few times every week because he's always posting stuff that makes me think about cool things, or I want to talk about what books are in the background behind him. But he seems like an absolutely cool guy. And if I'm not mistaken, he's here in California, but I may be wrong in that. I thought he was like up near San Francisco area somewhere. What's your second book, love? What do you got?
My second book. How many books am I gonna share today? 4 or 3?
He's starting a new channel. So that's his old. Okay. This is his old channel name. Gotcha. Ooh, Raven from the Teen Titans.
This is basically her story about basically like her life.
Her origin, where she came from.
Yeah, it shows her. She's telling the Teen Titans her story, and it shows her mother, and then the back, that red guy with 4 eyes. That's Trigon.
The evil power behind her.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting, cool story because I think it's odd that there's like a whole civilization of like ravens, but none of them ever like come appear in the comics.
Oh, that's a good point. I've only ever seen Raven, but there's clearly other people. Is it like Krypton, where their whole planet, like, look, I see a planet like exploding. Did they all just get destroyed? I don't know Raven's backstory very well.
This is so it's a very calm planet, and then she's born and it like erupts into chaos and stuff. And then this lady is telling the future, and it says, "Now look and see what would happen if the girl was cast away from Azeroth, and the planet would explode. But if she isn't, the planet would stay intact, and they just have to teach her the ways how to do it. It's so cool."
Learn some stuff. Raven is here to drop it on you even harder. There's no one darker than me. I'm as dark as good can be. Oh gosh, she's making fun. Sounds like a rap. People talk about what they want for breakfast. I thought Raven was a demon child.
Yeah, her dad's a demon. Satan, basically. He's the devil.
Well, that's because he got her mom out of trickery. He formed into a really handsome man.
And that's
made her
him,
like
though, right?
him.
Trigon or whatever.
Made her like him. And then they started like marrying, and he said, "Will you marry me?" She said, "Yes." And then he turned, and then when she actually was gonna have Raven, he turned back into Trigon, and that's how he tricked her. And then Raven began.
Hello, Paul. Good morning, sir.
Oh, I like his icon.
Yeah, Midwest Comic Man. Paul is in the chat. And we're sorry to hear little Moira is back in the hospital. I'm hoping that it goes quick and easy without any too much drama. But is today her birthday or tomorrow? Moira's birthday is like it's like the 1st or the 2nd. So it was like yesterday or today. I can't remember which. So happy birthday to Moira.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I hope she's feeling all right today.
Grandmaster.
Wait, you guys have not watched Teen Titans Go?
No.
They haven't really seen much of any Teen Titans Go because I don't have the DC app as of yet. I've got to get the DC app and the Disney thing. I got to get that all loaded. It's today. Her birthday's today. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Moira.
Happy birthday to you.
Well, that song is trademarked. You can't. There's rules about it. I don't know how strict those rules are, but that is awesome. And yes, we are sorry to hear that she's back in the hospital, but I'm hopeful that they caught everything early and it's just a quick antibiotics check-in and everything's going to go great.
Look.
What? You guys all want to clicky. Teen Titans Go. Yeah. But now you got to click on it again to get rid of it. Yeah. Sing it, John. No copyright strikes. All right, let's go with another storyline that finished for me this week. This is a great book. And I know everybody's specking on the issue right before this, issue 12. Dead Man Logan finished out with issue 12 of 12. What kind of world are we living in where you can't say happy birthday with fear of a copyright strike? Right, Bake? I'm saying. Everybody's got to make their money. I think the best joke I heard about that was people are saying like, oh, I was in a movie or a TV show and they said, you can't sing that song. It belongs to the family of Mildred and Patty Hill. And the guy's like, it took 2 people to write happy birthday? I thought that was hilarious. 2 people to write happy birthday. So far, they're saying is impatient by antibiotics until Tuesday or so, and then IV at home for at least a month. Poor kiddo. Thought that happy birthday copywriting thing had ended. Oh, I would hope so, Gray Man. That's great. John doesn't want to get 84'd over a birthday. I really don't want to get 84'd over anything. Back to Dead Man Logan. Issue 11 had a new female Thor. Issue 11 out of 12 had Danny Cage, who is Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's daughter. She picked up the hammer of Thor and became a female Thor. And then in here, she kicks some booty. She is tough. She is cool. So this is like her first full appearance, maybe, and the other one is a cameo. I don't know how they want to grade that.
Can I see a picture of her?
Is that a verb? No, yeah, you got 84. You don't want to get 84. It's like getting 86, right? John, have you been watching Titans? I haven't, Dylan, because again, I don't have the DC Universe app. I don't have any of that stuff. So my girls are very DC lacking in some ways. They've watched Smallville a little bit. They liked Smallville. The monsters were a little scary for Kate, but you loved Smallville.
I did. I want to watch it again, even though it's scary.
They've watched Batman the Animated Series, and they love that one, especially somebody right here, but Kate loves it too. They love Batman the Animated Series. So they've seen some of that stuff, but for the most part, we got to get over to that DC app. I'm going to sign up for that, and I'm going to sign up for Disney because we cut the cable recently, so we're saving a little bit of money there. So I'm going to transfer some of that over.
Yay!
Let's see. Music publishers will no longer be allowed to collect licensing royalties on those who sing Happy Birthday in public, right? And it will pay $14 million to those who have paid. Oh my goodness. There's some good Teen Titans movies. I hear there's some great stuff over there. There's nothing wrong with being DC deprived since Marvel is comics. Boom, Chris Barrett. And have them all on DVD. Well, that's the cool. I'm really enjoying what Marvel and DC are going to be offering us on those platforms where you get to watch the original X-Men animated series. Yeah. The Spider-Man animated series. Oh, yeah. And I'd love to get over onto the DC app and try out some of their animated stuff because I know they got some killer things. Get the 7-day free trial, and on the 7th day, use a different email. Perry, you're a criminal, buddy. You're a criminal. Somebody gonna bust you.
Let's hope so.
All right. Your turn. Oh, you want to sing?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. We can't.
Ha. Grayman does give us the okay to get going, though, if we want to. 23 people in here. 2nd Street Marvel, thank you for coming by. Ooh. So Kate has been reading some of my trades from Batman because she does love Batman a lot.
Me too.
I love it more.
What do you like about this one?
Well, I like that there's Catwoman in it, and the way they draw. I'm trying to find a good picture of Poison Ivy. The way they draw Poison Ivy is really cool.
You got to keep going a little further.
Yeah. The way they draw Poison Ivy is really awesome. And I enjoy it, and it's interesting to see all these flashbacks from Bruce's childhood. And you can see Clark in here.
Every great like Batman tie-in character makes an appearance at some point. There you go.
Poison Ivy's really cool looking because I haven't seen very many
Do people draw her?
with green skin. I always see her with like peach skin.
Oh, I guess the animated series didn't give her green skin.
No,
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Even the Superman animated series was really good, says Bake the Snake. There's a lot of great stuff in that time frame, I think. And the Batman Superman stuff would cross over, and I know those voice actors would cross over as well. He's waiting for Legion of Doom, says Chris Barrett. Oh, to get a comic book. Oh, okay.
It's there is the Huntress in it, which I think is really awesome.
You like Huntress?
Yeah, she's right at the beginning.
Well, it's the second book, not the first book. You're in the first comic when he's fighting Killer Croc.
Yeah.
You got to go to the second book.
I know that it's so cool to see like Catwoman in the background when she's like running away from the crime scene. And
then he just has his rope cut.
Yeah.
And then she gets away.
Here we go. Here is Huntress.
Yeah, Jim Lee is one of the all-time great artists for me, and obviously his style represents me as a kid. I love him as an artist. I don't love him as a writer or an editor, but I think he is just an absolutely epic artist, and Hush is a masterpiece of his work if you've never read it. The writing is pretty good. And I know that there's definitely some plot holes that JP and Kavi and I discussed when we did Hush on their Gotham Chronicles show. But I still really enjoy it. I think it's part of what I always loved reading from Jim Lee. Chris Barrett caught up on this week's Comic Core shows. There was a bunch of good stuff on the Comic Core this week. I jumped in on a couple of shows this week for them. I couldn't watch last night because I was doing a show of my own, but I'll be catching up on what they did last night for sure. All right, my turn for number 3. And now Charlie's behind me, squished. I'll do Venom. Hey, come on, get out of there. I can't. Okay, fine. I'll lean back and crush you. There's Charlie. Then get up. Squishy, squishy.
You almost broke my nose.
So this is Venom issue 19. Donnie Cates is doing a great job with this. I'm enjoying Absolute Carnage a bunch. I think it's very, very good. I think we've been really lucky to have Absolute Carnage and House of X, Powers of 10 happening all at the same time. I just think we're getting some really good stuff. Even War of the Realms. If you look at like Marvel's event comics this year, that's 3 really good event series from Marvel this year. I'm going to try to hold off on event comics for a little while after this, but what a great, cool event. Really, really cool stuff. Good morning from Palm Desert, from Tim. That's my godfather in the chat. The Godfather. Hello, Godfather. Good morning. Let's see. So ready for both of those to be collected. I think an Absolute Carnage trade or a Silver Surfer Black trade. And now they're starting to release War of the Realms trades. I think they're really good reads. And if you missed out, those are some solid stuff. Really good things to enjoy. That's what I'm doing right now. Sorry, Mind Shift is saying that's what he's reading right now. And I got one left, and Kate's got one left, right? All right, go. What you got, lady?
Yes. Don't sing it. Bad. Okay. In this one, there's these bad guys called changelings. I haven't watched My Little Pony in some time, so I don't really remember this well. But I think the comic version is like comic versions of the show, because it mentions like one of the episodes in here from the show, which is also made into a comic. So, and in this one, there's a bad guy called a changeling, and it's like a scroll basically, but like a pony scroll. And so this is what they look like. They feed off of love. That one. And they feed off of love. So, they are taking over this village called Ponyville, and it's confusing in some parts and interesting, but it's also kind of funny in some parts. So I like it. It's cool.
All right. And we sent My Little Pony book to Thanatos for his little girls. So hopefully they enjoy that. They've already opened it. Last night they opened it. So he opened it, I should say. Biggie Shack got a Savage Dragon slab. Now you're talking, man. That's my language. And yes, Mindshift, that is a great read. That Jane Foster Valkyrie is a really great comic, and I've been enjoying that a bunch. Let's see here. All right, so last comic book for the show. I snagged the DC Black Label #1 for Last God. The subtitle is Book 1 of the Fellspire Chronicles. I think the only thing lacking for me in this book is a main character. I think it's a lot of world building and not like a main character that you can latch onto and feel like, I really care about this character. I want to know what's going to happen to them. And I think that's what this series really needs. They present a king, but he's very clearly not the hero. So it's kind of a harder, storyline to kind of get into as much. The artwork is amazing, and I'm definitely getting issue 2. I didn't love Harleen, Chris. I know that a lot of people loved Harleen, and I'm really getting burnt out on Joker, Batman, Harley, that whole a million Elseworlds. Hey, let's give you here's another Elseworld Joker from Jeff Lemire. Here's another Elseworld Harley from these guys. Here's another Elseworld Joker from this guy, and another Elseworld Batman from this guy. And it's like chronology's been thrown out the window, and you just have like a million Elseworlds, and it's just I'm getting sort of tired of it. So I really wanted something different, and this was definitely something different, and I appreciated that for sure. I might end up getting Harleen later when it's like, 50% off or whatever, because I know that those books are going to sit around. And my LCS has a ton of issue 2, so I'm not too worried. I love the idea of the DC Black Label. I just think they're using it wrong, and it's all Batman stuff. And I'm kind of over that. I really wanted them to do something different, which is why this is what I grabbed. And I hear a lot of people love Harleen, JP, and I liked the first issue. I just didn't love the first issue. And I'll end up reading it at some point, I'm sure. You read anything, bub?
I don't have it with me, but I finished Muttley.
Muttley, yeah, the book, the Puppy Place books, right? It was a good one.
Yeah, he saved. So they had chili,
Okay.
and what happened was, he woke the girl up in the middle of the night, barking, and then she smelled smoke, and she didn't have time to check what it was because she didn't want to, because she didn't want to get hurt or anything. So she woke up her dad, and they called the fire department, and they got outside, and everyone came, and the chief of because the dad is a fireman, said when we got a call, so that was your number, we got everyone, because they really care for him because he's a great firefighter.
Okay.
When they go in, they bring the thing out, and it's just overburnt chili.
Gotcha.
And then they say Muttley's a good dog, and the main character, Lizzie, she has a friend who really wants her dog, but his parents are divorced. His mom doesn't want one, and his dad will have one, but he never spends time with his dad, so he won't be able to be with him. So what they do is one of the firemen say, "It's such a brave dog. Maybe I'll adopt it." And then he thinks about it, and then the next day, when they go to the adopting center, everyone's like lining up to see, and she sees the mom of the boy. But then in the crowd, she looks, but she can't find him. And then the dad says, "May I have everyone's attention? Just David something just bought this dog." And then everyone's cheering. And she can't see her friend in the crowd. And she bets that he's really sad. But then he looked, and she hears, Dad, you got the dog." And the fireman was her friend's dad. So he ended up getting the dog, which is really happy.
That's good.
And then at the end, it just has puppy tips.
Hello to Seawood19. Good to see you this morning. As far as your question, Biggie, he was going to do a video on the Black Knight character. I think the rule is always buy on the rumor, sell on the trailer. And I think that's generally the way to go across the board. So far, I don't feel like Marvel hasn't really ruined any characters. They've pretty much only popularized characters. So holding on to it is probably the wise thing to do. And then I promise you, people once they see a vision of him on screen, with that Kit Harington playing him, I think Bake the Snake saying something similar. Like, I have a feeling you're gonna freak, and people are gonna be looking for that book like crazy. But that's just me. That was my thinking.
Dad, did you mean DC is popularizing
Marvel?
Yeah.
Marvel.
Marvel?
Yes, Black Knight is a Marvel character. I'm not talking about Batman the Black Knight or something. I'm talking about a character in Marvel called Black Knight.
It's
He's
not
a knight
Batman
with a
the
sword.
Black Knight. It's Batman the Dark Knight.
I
Dark
know, but it sounds familiar.
I agree. It's confusing.
Okay.
Can I have some tea?
How do I find old archived shows of yours? Well, I've been trying to keep a playlist going. So if you go to the top of my channel, it'll say like home, videos, playlists. If you click on playlists and go down, you'll find Saturday Morning Comics has a whole section. And almost all of the videos, I think the last couple I might not have added, but each week I tried to go and make sure that the videos we make get added to that playlist, and you can play it in order, meaning the first episode all the way up to the most recent stuff. So playlists are a fun way, and I don't know, some channels really like using playlists. I'm a big playlist fan. So you can find like my book club shows all listed that way, and my starting line videos all listed that way. So you can kind of go and click where you want for that. You can also sort, if you're in the videos section, you can sort by age, meaning the oldest videos first. And then it's easy to go and find the first few videos that you might be looking for. It's kind of fun sometimes to watch a video that's like, oh, that was the first time Reggie made a video, or the first time Bueller made a video. It's kind of funny.
First time waiting.
Can I have some tea?
You're ready for saying goodbye?
Well, I'm ready for tea. I'd like some
I
tea.
do agree they have some big stars going to be in that Eternals movie, Bake, and I think a lot of books are going to spike. A lot of books are going to spike. So good for those people that snagged in on those storylines. Starting line, what's that? Sounds like a series from a long time ago. Isn't it though? Isn't it, JP? It truly is. All right, I'm going to head out of here, you guys, and have a great day.
No.
I know we have to go.
Bye.
I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday and a nice weekend. Remember, you got to turn back time if you're in a state that changes by an hour here in the upcoming day. So
Tomorrow.
we are gaining that hour.
Yeah.
We're going to turn back and be an hour earlier, which will be nice. A little extra hour for tomorrow. Hope everybody enjoys their day.
Also,
Bye.
if you're looking for a funny song for your children, there's one called Life is Fun on YouTube, and it's really funny.
By Odd Ones Out.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.